Welcome to your June Cosmic Color Forecast. And I'm going to start this reading with a couple of important questions to reflect in because I feel this reading is very, very powerful and it's like a transmission. It's like you've been called in to your soul's temple and there is a review and there's also an initiation and an awakening and an opening that is coming through this month's reading. What if June wasn't simply another month? What if it was a doorway? A threshold between the life you've been living and the life your soul has been trying to lead you towards all year. Because this is the violet energy in June that is here to accompany us, right? And this month means that it is a month of higher consciousness, divine wisdom, spiritual connection, soul energy. It's the month of possibility. And perhaps more importantly, it really is a month of choice because you've now reached this halfway point into 2026. We are already in the 6th month. And this year is the red energy. So as I'm doing this reading, I see an image of a hot air balloon, and you can feel yourself in this hot air balloon actually. And your hot air balloon has a specific color. It's your soul color. And if you don't know your soul color, I will put the link underneath this video and you can find out your soul color. And feel that this red is the fire underneath the hot air balloon that is firing and energizing the soul color of you. And it's also energizing the color energy of each month. Because red is saying, live the life you love. Live a life filled with passion, movement, change, authenticity, becoming more courageous, being more willing. We've been told in the scriptures, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So it's like, what are you willing to do to really actually be more willing to lead our lives rather than react to them? To no longer give power to the external world. We've been told, take your attention off the external world. That's what the ancients knew. And put your attention into your own energy, your frequency, your divine connection. And this is going to be really, really important this month because the violet energy is about spiritual connection. I really know this color intimately because it is the color that fuels my green soul leadership identity. So if you think about where do you see this color? You see this color in luxurious places. It's associated with royalty. So you get to sit and embrace and work with this energy this month. And if you are the violet soul leader, then this is your month. But also, if it is a color that's in your blueprint, this is also a very important month for you to harness the beautiful violet energy. Because what I see is this month is really like an initiation. This is like we actually have been prepared every month. When I look back and I review the previous months, so going back to January, let's do a little bit of review actually, where every month I see it's been building for us to be able to hold the frequency and step in to the energy and to what the divine wants for you. So the recap being January, we had the orange energy. What this did was it reignited our passion. Then we moved in to the yellow, it was golden and yellow. And this was reminding you to trust yourself, to be like the sun. Then March carried the green energy. And this was saying expansion, expanding your heart and your capacity to receive. Then we had the April turquoise blue. Now, what this energy did was it challenged us to stop hiding, to speak our truth, and to be like water. There's an oceans of possibilities, the sky being the limit. And then we moved in to May energy, which was the indigo energy. And this really was the color of the night sky. It was galactic, high frequency energy. And it was saying, hey, stop looking outside of yourself and trust your own inner knowing and allow the support, both the physical support and the spiritual support that is already here waiting in the sidelines for you to invite it in. Now we are ready to receive the violet energy. Now, the violet energy is here not to comfort you. It is not here to let you play small in any shape or form. And you might find already starting in June that you are being triggered. You're being triggered in different areas of your life because these are the areas that you have been tolerating, accepting, putting up with. So it's going to show you actually what is possible when you finally stop limiting yourself. Because the violet energy is living in the realm of the infinite potential. It is associated with the number 7. 7 is a very, very powerful number. It's the 7 days of the week, 7 wonders of the world. This is a very, very important and powerful. And there is a sensitivity. So you can't deny. You actually can't deny anymore because you're going to feel, it's going to sensitize you to where your energy is being called to for your highest good and highest purpose. So, who would you be if you stopped telling yourself it's not possible? It's not who you have been. That doesn't matter anymore. It's not who others expect you to be. So it's really going to go, really going to have you look in, be honest with yourself. It's also not about who you've convinced yourself you must be to keep the peace, to do X, Y, and Z. It might even be you've convinced yourself that you have to work harder, the having to, all those things. It doesn't work like that anymore because we're working now with frequency. And it's actually not even about becoming anything. It's about unbecoming. And what's going to happen as well this month, because the violet energy is associated with grief. Now, this isn't necessarily about the grief of a person, but it's really more about the version of yourself, the grief of what was, what could be. This version maybe that that doubted, the version of you that settled, the version of you that kind of played it safe, the version of you that accepted limitations that really were not yours in the first place. This is a month of celebration because can you imagine your life if all of that dissolved, all of that BS dissolved? Because there is new energy arriving. And this new energy, means that the old versions, maybe there's something ending. In fact, I don't necessarily believe in endings. I believe in evolutions. I believe in new beginnings, fresh starts, movement, because something greater wants to be birthed, that wants to start this month. So you and I and everybody else are being invited into a whole different field of consciousness. And this is the field of possibility. The field where your future exists and it now becomes visible. I want you to really feel that. Just close your eyes with me here. And I want you to take a breath. It's like you have arrived. There's no more forcing, no pushing. It's more about the allowing. It's more about alignment. It's more about the frequency. As I say to you again, the field where your future is becomes visible this month. This is the field where every breakthrough, every opportunity, relationship, creation, whatever it is you want to create, and the miracle actually first begins. This is a pivotal month. And this feels like a rebirth. Really returning to the soul of who you are. So Violet is asking you for clarity, for you to be clear about what do you truly, truly want. Now, this isn't about what would be sensible or realistic. Or it's also even not about your current circumstances determining on what's possible. We're going to clear all of that. I want you to sit in this frequency where there is no limitation. Do you feel the relief, the release, the gratitude, the coming home to the soul of you? Now, what are you going to ask for? Because in this space, there is no such thing as denials, failures. You have a choice here. Your soul now is actually choosing, not fear. Your soul is making decisions that are for your highest good and highest purpose. Feel in to what your life would look like. Open up to more. We have been conditioned to be embarrassed if we want more, but the soul always wants more because the soul is limitless. The soul is expansion. Violet is very much also in the mind. There's a lot of creative energy that comes in with the violet energy. So this is why also this month I really would invite you, after this, watching this reading, this transmission really, to really spend a little time on your thoughts, because your thoughts become things. So what thoughts are you actually thinking on a daily basis? What thoughts have you been thinking for the last 6 months? And if you feel that they are not supportive to you living your most magnificent life, the magnificent version of you, then change them. Because this month will ask for focused intention. Where are you directing your energy? Because whatever you're directing your energy towards is what you are creating. Look at your beliefs, because your belief is influencing and shaping your reality. And in fact, there's a lot of people who are living inside invisible limitation that was created years ago. When I do my work, sometimes I go into before conception, at conception, in the womb, as far back as there. So now what we're going to do this month, you have an opportunity to challenge it all. To say, you know what, I'm going to question it all, I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to throw it all away. And I'm going to actually give myself my heart's desires. What if the dream that you want isn't too big after all? What if you simply were trained to think too small, to draw within the lines of your life, to keep the peace, to do the right thing? What if the life that you secretly desire isn't selfish, but it's self-full? What if this is your calling? Violet now is asking each and every one of us. I really feel this is a turn. I'm seeing here, like this is a turning point. To even dream differently. I would experiment to think differently, to choose differently, to raise your standards, to raise your expectations, to give it to yourself, because if you don't give it to yourself, nobody else will. And even if you're actually very, very happy with your life and you are manifesting like a king or a queen, you are going to start coming now from enhancement. How good can you allow your life to become? Because what this month is going to ask you is to raise your frequency. And what will also be very important about this month is to tend to your soul, to sit in silence a little bit longer, to commune with your soul, to listen a bit deeper. Because the divine is communicating with you through many different forms: song, messages from people, posts on Instagram, YouTube, many channels, driving your car, seeing signs, and even also sitting in silence, just hearing the whispers. The soul is not rah-rahing. The soul is subtle, which is why if we're busy and we're thinking all these thoughts, we can't hear the soul. So, are you ready to cast your dreams out like a kite into the infinite field of consciousness and allow yourself to believe that more is possible and more this month is accessible? So if it didn't work out in the past, it doesn't matter, because this month is saying what was once impossible is now possible. Now, also, I want to bring up something as well in terms of that request, I suppose, from the universe to try again, cast those dreams higher. What I think would be really important to take on board as well is that it takes the same energy and life force to make 10 euros as it does 100,000 euros. The difference is often the story or the meaning that we give that amount. So this is what I mean that's really, really important to get clear in what do you believe that you can receive? What is the level of receiving you are allowing currently in? And what are you, and does it need to be changed? Does it need to be tweaked? Because this determines everything. Then the other thing to consider this month as well is willingness. How willing are you? In the scriptures, it says, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So, what are you willing to do or no longer do and allow into your life? What action? Because also for dreams, for more to come in, we initiate through the energy of action. That might be go here, pick up the phone, take this, but it requires you to interact, and we interact in our willingness to get out of our own way. Now, you might find that the mind is saying, that's too much. I can't have that. Who do I think I am? People like me don't get that. If you have any of that this month, because the energy is so high frequency, you're manifesting much quicker. So you are going to say, cancel, clear, delete, destory. And you're going to choose again. Because that will neutralize whatever spell you have cast through your words, through your thoughts, to your beliefs. You will just say, oh, cancel, clear, delete, destory. Because you are not here anymore now to wait, to see what life brings in, to wait for the external, I will do this when. This is not how it works anymore. You decide, you believe, you take action, and you own the fact that you are the director of your life. You are the script writer. You are the chooser of timelines. And Violet is asking each and every one of us, which timeline do you want to choose? The familiar one? Or is it the one of your soul that has quietly been calling and tapping you and urging you towards something brighter? And to cancel, clear, delete, destory even all of what you're hearing out there in the world, because it's not true. It's a program. You are now going to commit to yourself, to your soul self, to those dreams that are absolutely here waiting for you to line up with that energy, with the soul of you, with the infinite potential, because this month has phenomenal potential. And it can actually, the power of this month is that it can actually alter the trajectory of your life. But the requirement is that the anecdote is you are being called to participate in that. So it's only you that can choose. It's only you that believes that you are worthy, that you are more than enough. And so set intentions of what do you want from this month. And you could even consider about setting intentions about what you want for the next 6 months. Where do you want to be by the 31st of December 2026? Open your heart to receive. Expand your vision. Because Violet is not asking you to be realistic. It's asking you, what would you choose if you knew anything and everything is possible? And so, my darling, that is the message for you. And I hope that you really felt the energy and the love from this violet frequency, because violet is also a color of protection. It purifies. It's a color that I use to transmute any lower frequencies. So this is why none of the lower energies can move forward with you, because they're not helping anybody. So if you would like support and you are open to have you activated into your soul leadership identity and your blueprint, then I will put a link in here for you to book a soul session. And I've also got a new 40 days, 40 nights mastermind where we work in an intimate small group where I guide you in living by the rhythm of your soul and embracing every aspect of you. And if you're interested in that, then you just need to email me at marciaoregan1@gmail.com. marciaoregan1@gmail.com, and we can have a conversation. I am wishing you a wonderful month, and my wish is that you will receive this message with love, and that after watching this, you will already feel a shift into your higher timeline. And make sure that you share this with a loved one, and that you're following me on my YouTube channel so that you get alerted to these phenomenal transmissions. And I feel the more that we move deeper into this year, the more powerful and activating they are going to become. I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.